Is this new Plastic Contemptor Dreadnought the best Dreadnought kit ever produced? So this is the new Plastic Contemptor Dreadnought that comes in the new Horus Heresy Age of Darkness boxed set, which has just been recently released. Now, it's not the first Plastic Contemptor Dreadnought, but a lot of people would like to pretend it actually was. People aren't really a fan of the first one. They found it a bit static. I don't know what this is. Now, there are rather a lot of parts on these sprues for this Contemptor Dreadnought, so it does look like it's going to be quite a lot of fun posing and putting together in a nice dynamic and in tatani, yes, in a nice dynamic and interesting manner. However, it is missing a sprue, which we've now found out is going to be in the standalone Contemptor Dreadnought release, which is a bit of a shame because my favourite weapon for a Contemptor Dreadnought, the conversion beamer, is not on these sprues. So I'll have to wait for that one. Anyway, that's enough waffle. Let's jump in and have a look. And in my 6 demon bag, we have our little on-sprue review of the Contemptor Dreadnought kit from the new Age of... I was going to say Age of Heresy, Age of Darkness Horus Heresy set. Now, in the box, you get 2 sprues. However, I feel the standalone release of this will contain an extra sprue with some extra weapons and extra detailing bits. That's just a guess, so I guess we'll end up doing another review of that one when it does finally come out, but we're going to start with this one today. Anyway, let's have a little look around this sprue and see what we can see. So these appear to be leg parts down here, and we move on to the back of the Cyclone missile launcher. And I have no idea what any of these panels are. This is some sort of ball socket, I assume, for the leg. That looks like the top of the leg there. Not sure what this panel is. Maybe part of the exhaust section, which would go on there. There's a part of the head. Not sure why the head is in 2 halves. There's the other half. Look, 2 halves of the head. People are complaining about this. And we'll see just how well the join line comes out. There's the front of the missile launcher. Can't remember the name. Is it a Havoc launcher or a Cyclone? 10 internet cookies to anyone who knows the difference below. There's your main body section along with the back piece. Don't know what that panel is. These look to be panels of a sort that I can't actually identify. There's the bum plate that goes on the opposite end of the crotch. There's the crotch plate itself. The side panel, another side panel. Don't know what that is. It has got a ball mount there though, so I assume maybe that's the other side of the crotch. That's definitely the top. I remember painting one of those before. There's the front. There's yet another ball mounted piece. The exhaust over here, a couple of feet, back of the legs maybe. There's a ribbed section. Don't know what that is actually. That's probably the sockets that take the arms, and these are quite clearly the legs, and another part of the exhaust section, and more feet parts down here. It's always fun to flip it over and see if there are any more differences we can see. So it turns out that panel was the bottom of the foot. Some nice texture on there. Everything else looks clearly the back of whatever it is. We can't see anything interesting on here. Where's that head? There it is. So that goes together in a flat manner, just with a couple of little nubs that will help you locate that. So that is the first sprue of the Contemptor. So whilst looking at the weapons sprue for the new Contemptor Dreadnought, you will notice that it has a little bit of information on this short edge up here, and it says if you're enjoying this video then please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. That means you, Barry. If you are enjoying the content on the channel then please consider joining the Patreon, the link to which is in the description below or up here somewhere. And here is the other sprue, and we can call this the weapon sprue, and this is clearly laid out into 4 corners of the sprue, which is nice. Up here we have the las cannon, Not sure what these are. Maybe there's some sort of power couplings or something. There's a claw for the hand. A couple of fingers there. Don't know what that is. That looks like maybe the back of the multi-melter. Extra pipes and things here. A circular thing. Don't know what that is. That looks like multi-melter fuel canisters. There's obviously a shoulder piece here. They're multi-melter barrels. The heavy bolter here. The other part of the heavy bolter over there. Lots of little odds and sods here. I think these parts all make up the fist, and these are the weapons for inside the fist. Not sure which one this is, but this is very pronounced. See it there, just hanging down. The auto guns are very nice, and I do like the way that this detail on here is very crisp. If anyone remembers the resin versions of these were 90% of the time not very crisp and rather warped. Up here we have part of the heavy bolter ammunition hoppers. We also have another claw, more internal weapons for the fist. That looks like a storm bolter. That looks like a plasma gun. So that one is the melter gun, maybe. There's another two. That's the melter gun. That's a plasma gun. So what's that? Maybe a Volkite, maybe a Flamer. So that must be a graviton gun? I don't know. I'm not an expert on the little odds and sods weapons. This is clearly the multi-melter. Again, the ammo hopper for the heavy bolter. And down here appears to be more parts of the fist. Another piece there. And more little panels that make up the shoulders. Now, when I've seen people assemble these, they seem to have a lot of gaps where they attach to this part here. So we're going to do our utmost not to get that, because that does not look good. Let's flip it. Okay, so here we are flipped again. We have some lovely detail on those auto cannons there, but nothing else is standing out as looking any different apart from these claws. Very sharp. Cool. That actually hurts my thumb if I give that a good squeeze. So be careful with your dreadnought claws. Don't injure yourself. But all in all, I think this weapon sprue is pretty nice. I'm looking forward to seeing the third secret sprue that we haven't seen yet. I'm hoping it's got a conversion beamer on it. The best weapon I've ever seen. So that was the new Plastic Contemptor Dreadnought kit. What did you think of that? I myself think it's a really nice kit. It's definitely better than the old plastic one. Although I haven't built it yet, so we might run into a few issues we don't know about. Do you think the new plastic one is better than the resin Contemptor Dreadnoughts? I'll have to say the basic plain one, not one of the chapter specific or relic versions. I built a resin one a long time ago, and I remember it not being too bad to put together, although the new plastic one will be easier for people with their plastic glues and whatnot, although there might be a few more gaps in there. What loadout from this weapon sprue are you going to give your new Contemptor Dreadnought? As I said before, I would have liked to have gone with a conversion beamer. However, I'm probably going to go with a power fist or claw or stabby claw and the multi-melter. Or maybe the las cannon. Not sure yet. What legion is your new Plastic Contemptor Dreadnought going to show up in? Mine's going to show up in my Night Lord's Legion, I think. Anyway, if you want to see some more unboxing videos, and I know you do, then check out the playlist up here somewhere. As always, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.